Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them, for then you will have no reward from your Father who is in heaven. Thus, when you give to the needy, sound no trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may be praised by others. Truly, I say to you, they have received their reward. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. And when you pray, you must not be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in the synagogues and at the street corners, that they may be seen by others. Truly, I say to you, they have received their reward. Matthew 6, 1 through 34. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name might be Isaiah, and today is Sinday. And I thought what would be a fantastic topic for the day is discussing what the fuck performative Christianity is. Because I saw some memes and stuff, and I thought it would be fun to talk about. So to begin with, what is performative Christianity? What's the bare bones definition? Essentially, it is showing people that you are a Christian, performing it in public, that sort of deal. And this is pretty common, especially in US circles, because when you are showing that you are a Christian, you are also tending to show that you probably fall in line with several other stereotypes and assumptions. So typically you can be considered conservative, right-leaning, both fiscally and socially. You can be considered anti-choice, anti-queer rights, very pro-free market, pro-lowering the taxes on the wealthy, etc., etc. And that is just a very easy shorthand to be like, hey, I'm a white Christian in the US. And it's like, oh, you're that sort of person. Is it always true? Not necessarily, but stereotypes happen, and this one has a particular reason to it. What I find interesting is, especially in evangelical Christianity, Protestant Christianity, that sort of deal, there is actively this push and pull because, as I just read to you, the Bible says explicitly not to be so out there about your beliefs, to do these things as a Christian in secret almost. Don't show the world what you are. Don't be holier than thou, that sort of thing. I mean, same chapter, it talks about going into your room and shutting the door in secret so that you can pray. And it makes explicit points of people who showboat their generosity or showboat their religion. They're getting all that they're going to get while they're here. All the praise and recommendation and accolades and all of that shit is on earth, whereas the person who does everything in secret is going to get it in heaven. It's a great way to try and force people not to think about how unequal things are, especially if you are a young Protestant churchgoer and you're seeing the wealthy TV evangelicals raking in all this money, and you're just like, why is this happening? It's a great way to make you shut up without thinking about it, which is mostly what the Bible is for, is to shut up and don't think. But evangelical Christianity has this special problem, because to be an evangelical Christian, you are meant to go out and tell the world about Christ. And there's a couple ways you can do it. It's either by explicitly going out and talking about Jesus. So the people that go on missionary trips to other countries or other parts of their state, anywhere really, to try and publicly perform good works while espousing their religion. Or you can have people who choose not to talk about Christ but try to live godly lives. Both of these cases is performative, because on the one hand, you are literally talking about God. You're literally doing good deeds, quote unquote good deeds rather, to show how good being a Christian is. And on the other hand, if you are just living the Christian lifestyle, on some level, you are still showing the world that you are a Christian and you are above them. I do think the second way of living typically could be more excused, especially with the vitriol that Christians like to say about the world currently. I mean, you know it, every 5 years, some new thing is happening that's destroying the world. That may be a little bit generous. It may be every single day, oh my God, this horrible thing is happening. Oh my God, Lil Nas X has twerked on the devil and then took his horns. Who knows? But in either case, evangelical Christians, which is, I would say, a good chunk of the US Christianity base, they are actively going against the Bible, actively going against what they are taught multiple times, because I grew up in the church from at least like 10 till I was 18, and I was told over and over and over again not to hold myself holier than thou, not to judge people that aren't in the Christian faith, to pray in secret, etc., etc., etc. And yet we still have people like demanding school lunchtime prayers and all of that shit. They get upset when the Ten Commandments is taken out of front of their state representative buildings, that sort of thing. But really what got me thinking about it is this dumb little picture that I saw on the ex-Christian subreddit, and I'm going to insert it here while I'm talking about it. I may also make it the thumbnail. I don't know yet. I do thumbnails like last. But this picture is a perfect encapsulation of what I think both what U.S. Christians feel and also peak performative Christianity. So it is essentially 3 white dudes on a cloudy day standing on some crosses with no shirts on. They kind of wrap themselves up in what looks like a blanket of some sort, and there's a McDonald's sign in the background. This is hilarious to me because everything about it is peak US-centric Christianity. It is them pretending that they are being martyred for their beliefs while they're standing very comfortably on these little wooden planks holding onto nails. Sure, they may be a little bit uncomfortable. It looks like a drizzly, kind of dreary day, and they're not wearing shirts, so I bet their nipples are rock hard. But they don't have any lashes, they don't have a crown of thorns. They're literally standing on a little tiny plank, and when they get done with their little photo shoot, they'll be able to hop on off and go get some McDonald's, as our clown overlord demands. So everything about this is just chef's kiss. I love this. Whoever made this photo and posted it online to be taken seriously, thank you. Because you have just distilled in a single picture everything that's wrong with US Christianity, everything that is wrong with white people talking about how they're suffering so much more than everyone else. And yes, I'm being very focused on US-centric Christianity right now, especially evangelical Christianity, but I would say the same of any Christian or of any religion. It's, at the end of the day, at some level, it's performative. And I'm very against all forms of religion. I talk about Christianity because I know that one the best, and I won't stick my foot in my own mouth quite as often as if I was talking about Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, that sort of thing. It's been a very long time since I studied them, so I don't want to be an idiot, especially because when I did study them, I was also a Christian trying to find out what is wrong with the other religions. And if I wanted to do a deep dive into other religions and see what they're about, I would not want to go into it from that lens again. But that's going to be it for me today. I know it's a bit of a short video. I'm trying not to push these longer than they actually need to be. And I have to end it with this image because it's just, oh Lord, can you come up with a better better image for white man's plight in the US. It's so good. Oh my god. I adore this. It needs to be hanging up in the MoMA or something. Just blown up huge, posted in New York Times Square. Just peak US culture. All right, I'm going to stop. Um Stay hydrated, y'all. Stay safe. Be healthy. Get one thing done today, cuz I did two things today and I'm very proud of myself. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.